So let us solve one numerical on beam. So let me assume that there is a one beam which is supported on a roller, and on other side a hinged connection. Okay, this is what it is. One side it is hinged, and another side. Let me take this point as an A, the other point as an B, and somewhere in middle wherever there is a load, I'll take it as a point C, D, and E. These are the points where there is a load comes. So the distances from A to C is 4 meter. Okay, and this as a 2 meter, and the other is again 4 meter D to E, and the last is 2 meter. Okay, now let us understand what type of the load that is governing. One is at C, there is a 1 point load, and the magnitude is 10 kilonewton. At D, there is an inclined load, and the magnitude is 15 kilonewton. At E, there is again one more inclined load, and the magnitude is 20 kilonewton. The angle is given from the question is 30 degree, as well as over here as a 45 degree. Okay, this is what they have given. So our aim is to find the support reactions. Okay, support reactions. Support reaction at what point? Support reaction at a point A and point B. This is our aim. So let us try to solve that. Our first thing to do is draw the beam as it is. So let me draw the beam. Okay. First thing to do is write the support reactions. This is a support reaction for a hinge, and this is a support reactions for a roller. At point A, I call this as an HAVA. As here only one thing, I call this as an RB. Only one reaction at the B, so I call it as an RB. The load over here it is 10 kilonewton. This one I divided into, I give the full load. I'll show you for a reference as a full load, that is 15 kilonewton. But I'll divide this whole load into X component and a Y component. Let me change the color. One is X component, Y component, X component. If the angle is over here given as a 30 degree, over here it is given as a 30 degree, so this will be 15 cos 30 degree, and this one is 15 sin 30 degree. The same with the last load, which is inclined, but we don't measure it for an incline, we measure it for we do analysis with terms of either horizontal or vertical, right? So again we divide this into one vertical component, horizontal component. If the load given over here is 20 kilonewton, this becomes 20 cos 45 degree, 20 sin 45 degree. Okay, that small concept which we studied in our previous classes, that comes here. Okay, and the distance is 4 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter, 2 meter. This is it. Okay, as of now we don't require this. Okay, as of now we don't require it. It's just for understanding that it was there. that we split it into two components. So equilibrium equation was summation of all the vertical force is equal to 0, summation of all the horizontal force is equal to 0, summation of moment about a point is equal to 0. Now in the fixed beam there should be only one point used to be there, but over here you have a 2 point, that is A as well as B. Now you have a 2 point. See, you can choose from any one point, okay? Even if you choose the both point also, do the double times also, it's the same the thing that comes. Whatever the value used to come, it will come the same. So let us solve with this. First, let me take all the vertical force is equal to 0. All the vertical force is equal to 0. I have assumed, as I am in the last class, all the upward force as a positive, downward as a negative. What all the vertical forces are there? VA, RB, 10, 15 sin 30, 20 sin 30. So I'll take is equal to 0, VA as a positive, RB as a positive, negative 10, negative 15 sin 30, negative 20 sin 45 degree. So if I calculate these all thing, okay, if I calculate these all thing, I'll get something like this. VA plus RB is equal to 10 plus 15 sin 30 plus 20 sin 45. Yeah, I get one equation like this. Okay, VA plus RB. You take this as an equation 1. Equation 1. Let us solve the second thing, that is summation of horizontal force is equal to 0. Summation of horizontal force is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to, I have to summate all the horizontal force. What all the horizontal forces are there? This is a one horizontal force, this is a second horizontal force, and this one is a third horizontal force. So assumption is this side it is positive, this is negative. So HA is moving from left to right, so it is positive, minus 15 cos 30 minus 20 cos 45 degree. So from this I got HA value. The value of the HA is 27.13 kilo Newton. Okay, but is there in this equation there is a HA? No, right? So there is a one more thing we need to do, that is summation of M is equal to 0, where you take clockwise as a positive, anti-clockwise as a negative. Okay. Okay. Now let us understand. You have 2 points to consider. One is A as a moment center, this as your moment center, or else this as your moment center. You have a choice to take. Any of the thing you take the answer will come the same actually. So let me take, for the time's sake, I'll take moment center at a is equal to 0. Sorry, moment center, summation of all the moment at a point A is equal to 0. This is what I'm taking. So the formula becomes summation of moment about A is equal to 0. This is the formula that becomes now. So is equal to 0 is here. I'll do summation of all the moments. Any force that is passing through this moment center, there is a 0 moment, right? We have studied somewhere. So I don't need to take this force. I don't need to take, okay, I'll take in the red color. Now see, whatever the red color I'm choosing it out, it is no need to be taken. This is not required, passing through the moment center. This is not required, passing through the moment center. This is not required because it is passing through the moment center itself, the line of action. This is not required. So we'll take it in the line of action as a moment center. But this force 10 kilonewton, 15 sin 30, 20 sine 45 and RB. This is making a perpendicular distances to that moment center, right? We have to refer that now. And we have taken as a clockwise as a positive, anti-clockwise as a negative. Let me start with the reaction itself. Always let us start with the reaction itself. RB. Okay, I'll take with the RB. So what is this RB? How is the rotation is going on if this is a moment center? If this is a moment center, how is the rotation? The rotation goes like this, right? The RB's rotation. If RB is turning, it gives this. This is a rotation that is governed. Whether it is a clockwise or anti-clockwise, that is anti-clockwise, right? So the RB's rotation was RB, that is a force, into perpendicular distance. That perpendicular distance is, this is a perpendicular distance. Okay, this pura is perpendicular distance. That is 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. RB into 12. What is left next? This is a force into perpendicular distance. Now is, let us go with the force which we need to find it out. That is only 3. 10 kilonewton, 15 kilonewton, 20 kilonewton. So if I see that 4 systems, okay, if I see that 4 systems, this, from this point, does this make a rotation like this? This all 3-4 systems are making a rotation which is clockwise in the direction. So I have to take it as a positive. That is, first is 10 as a force into multiplied with the perpendicular distance is 4. This is a 4. And next force is this 15 sine 30, which is making a clockwise rotation, force F into D. D, which is distance, and this is the distance, that is 6. And the last one is 20 sine 45. 20 sine 45. And what is the perpendicular distance? The perpendicular distance is, this is the perpendicular distance. If that is a perpendicular distance, what is the final thing here? That is 10. And that's it. And which is the only unknown over here in this. If you see in this equation, if you see in this equation, this is the only unknown. The RB is the only unknown. The RB is the only unknown, that is. We know everything else actually. Okay? We know everything else, only RB is unknown. 15 sine 30 is a single digit number. 20 sine 45 is a number. 10 is number. 4 is number. There is nothing that is variable. So, from that, find the value of RB. Okay? Just interchange with the thing and find the value of RB. So, if you do that, the RB value comes something like 18.87 kilonewton. Okay? But if I apply this RB over here, okay, I apply this value of RB over here, do I get this value of VA then? Because this is all constant digits. After applying this, you in the general terms you have to write it out. Apply RP is equal to 18.87 kilonewton in equation 1. Therefore, after calculation, if you do this calculation terms over here, you get VA is equal to 12.770, small k it is kilonewton. And that's all about the numerical, how it comes to find the support reaction. But one thing you need to understand is, if this is a beam, okay, I'll tell you, I'll give you a multiple beams so that you will understand how you need to prepare yourself. They might ask like this. They might ask you like this also. They might ask you, which is done in the last numericals, in this form also. That means they have an option of UDL, inclined load, and one vertical. In these three itself, they can multiple chitrana they'll do. Okay, remember this. They have the option of this. So if you know the concept of UDL, inclined, and the concentrated load, they do not have any options. Okay, see all these three, whatever you have done, okay, all these three beams contain this three basic itself. And remember this, if you studied, you'll get to know this. One more thing they might give you, okay, that is moment. Some point they induce as a like this one moment, which will be used in the formula, that moment about A is equal, M is equal, A is equal to 0 we done, right? There we use that term, where this clockwise moment, if they are given as a 10 kilonewton per meter, we use over there 10 kilonewton per meter, whatever, okay, directly. So they either play with the major these three loads itself, and if by mistake, out of luck of yours, they might ask the moment also. Okay, so if you studied with these three and different end conditions, that is roller, which has a only one reaction, hinge, which has a two reaction, simply supported, which has a only one reaction, and what is the left thing? Last left concept is the fixed beam, which is having a horizontal, vertical, as well as one anti-clockwise movement. So they have a choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. In this 7 itself, they mix it up and give a new condition of the beam. 7 and 8. Take it out 8. Okay. So they mix this 8 thing itself, and they can give a n number of. So I can give you one example right now. I can give you an example. Take it down. Do it for your assignment thing. Hinge, roller, filled with UDL, point loads, 10 kilonewton, 10 kilonewton, 10 kilonewton, and this one's UDL's point is also 10 kilonewton per meter, and the distance is 2 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter. Try to solve this. Okay. One more thing is, do refer the Bhavikatti. This is a assignment kind of a thing. This is optional, whether you can try to solve, or if you're good with numericals, you can quit it out. But do refer the Bhavikatti and other references book and try to solve this numerical. Try to solve this numerical. This is simply supported, and this distance is 2 meter, 4 meter, 2 meter. Point A, B, C, D, and the load intensity is 10 kilonewton per meter. So this is a one assignment. This is overhanging beam. This is overhanging beam. If you understand the fixed beam, if you understand the simply supported beam or one side hinge and another side roller, any of these concept, overhanging beam concept will be very easy for you to understand. So first go through the fixed beam concept, understand it very well. Then go to the simply supported beam or one side hinge and other side is roller or simply supported kind of a reaction. Understand it well. Later proceed with the overhanging beam. Okay. So overhanging beam needs a that concept clarity of fixed beam and SSB. So SSB is simply supported beam. From third semester onwards, you're going to study directly it as an SSB, which is simply supported beam. So that's all about the beam reactions or support reaction calculations.